What up? This is Swayze and he's okay, guys. My boy, Spec, is okay. And I just want to thank you guys for all of your concerns and well wishes. I took him to the vet this morning and his limping was caused by some type of inflammatory infection going on in his joints, which is common amongst Pomeranians. So they gave me some medicine and sent me on my way. Told me to check back in a week if he's still limping. But I think we Gucci because he looks better already. And I want to give a special thanks to my new best friend who dropped a donation on your boy, Swayze, and left a message saying, "This is for the good vids, bro, and to tip your vet." Now he didn't ask for a shout out, and it looks like this is his government name that he sent the Cash App from. So I'm not gonna blow his spot up, but I just wanna say, thanks, bro. You gotta understand, my dog is one of the most important people in my life, and he's not even a people. Every chick that I mess with, I tell it to them just like this. Baby girl, when it comes to Spec, your life and how you feel doesn't mean anything to me. So what you're gonna do? No. Listen. What you're gonna do is walk this dog. I don't care if it's pouring down rain. I don't care if you're running late for work and I'm not doing anything. You're gonna walk my boy and make sure that he does a little doo-doo and a little pee-pee. But let's get into the topic at hand. It looks like within New York City, we had what was relatively a quiet night compared to all of the recent several shootings that we have been dealing with citywide. We only had one person shot overnight. Now I know one person shot is too many, but look, the way New York City looking right now, I'ma take this as a W. Now the police say a man was shot in front of 851 East 163rd Street, McKinley houses in the Bronx. Now his condition was not immediately known and he was treated at a local hospital where he is expected to survive. Now, of course, like many of these shooting victims, he was not cooperative with the detectives. However, this is not even a story I want to sink my teeth into. Pause. Do you guys remember the story from yesterday where the two cops were shot in Queens in the afternoon, leaving the suspect dead? Well, we got more information on that story. Now it looks like the guy who ended up dead name was Rondell Gopi, and he's a 41-year-old man. Now the reports say the two officers were investigating a domestic violence incident in his home in Springfield Gardens. Now Rondell Gopi is a peace officer for the City University of New York who had two licensed handguns when he entered the home where the officers were talking to his wife and began shooting. One officer was hit, boom, in both hands. The other officer in the leg, but they were able to return fire, hitting Rondell Gopi and killing him inside the home, which was already decorated with Christmas gifts. Why did they add that into the article? Now, as you know, the two officers were raced to Jamaica Hospital by a police car, and fortunately, they are both expected to survive their injuries. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. The cops was just in there talking to his wifey, the one who called the boys to line him up, and he pulled up blasting. This whole thing sounds like a tragic end to a hood movie that you see on BET every now and then. Now, other than that, there seems to be a trend going on in New York City where people are getting pushed into train tracks. It's like the new knockout game. Listen to this story.
14th Street became a crime scene packed with police after a woman in her 40s was pushed from platform to track bed. The suspect in his early 20s was seen sizing up the woman ahead of the push, but did not know her according to police.
The perpetrator had no contact with the victim. There was no words exchanged.
Investigators say they saw station surveillance video of the moments leading up to it.
It's very disturbing. We've seen him waiting, calculating for the train to approach the station, and at the opportune moment.
What happened next was witnessed by riders in the first train car, including Andre Gunter.
What do you do? And then the next thing you kind of see somebody like fall on the track. Then in a couple of seconds, the conductor stopped the train. This was before we even pull up 100%. And then he came out like traumatized. He was like, that was a person.
With the 5 train pulling in, the woman miraculously avoided grave injury
based
on where she landed.
She fell, fortunately for her, between the road bed and the rails, and but for the grace of God, sustained minor injuries.
By the grace of God,
worker who saw it happen was able to point out to officers who the suspect was because the man did not run away.
The subject saw an MTA worker and put himself on the ground. Immediately thereafter, an officer assigned to Transit District 4 made the apprehension.
Fortunately for us, we had our officers exactly where they needed to be to make this apprehension.
You could tell he was like emotionally disturbed, mental health issues.
So you guys heard that, right? The witness said you can tell the guy was mentally disturbed and he possibly had mental health issues. Now, things didn't stop there because this happened last week, and it looks like literally the Monday that just passed, somebody else was also shoved in a train.
Another person getting shoved onto the subway tracks. Police are looking for a suspect who pushed a man off the platform at the Atlantic Avenue station in Brooklyn on Sunday morning. Police say it happened on the 4 train. The suspect yelled at the man and his girlfriend without provocation. Police say the man followed the couple when they got off the train. That is when police say the suspect pushed the 29-year-old man onto the tracks.
Oh, no.
He climbed back onto the platform and was not hurt. The mayor says the city is stepping up efforts to keep commuters safe.
So NYPD is going to be increasing its presence in the subways. That will be very visible. We continue to expand our mental health efforts. The thing we've got to do is find people and get them help before something like this happens.
This follows several other recent subway pushes. On Thursday, a woman survived after getting shoved in front of an oncoming train at the Union Square station.
Yo, what's going on in the city, B? Niggas is out here shoving people into train tracks for no reason at all. And I'ma tell it to y'all just like this. There's a lot of mentally ill people roaming the streets of New York City. It's always been like this since I was a little youth running around sipping from icy cups. And the one way that you was always taught to deal with the crazies is to act crazier. If a mentally ill guy walks down on you and tries to intimidate you with his craziness, what you're supposed to do is get crazier with him. Like, yo, you think you crazy? You think you crazy? I'm half mentally retarded, my nigga. I will literally murder you on this train, my nigga. You ain't crazy. And for some weird reason, the mentally ill person will all of a sudden turn normal. I'm telling you, it works. I've seen it all my life. That's why, honestly, I think these people who are getting caught lacking by these mentally ill individuals in a train station is because these people most likely did not grow up in New York City. You don't turn your back on no crazy person. I'm not saying you supposed to be out there paranoid all the time, but you don't take your eye off no crazy person. You keep your distance and you keep your eye on them. But pull up in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this situation. Yo, elderly ladies are getting shot on the bus and now people are getting pushed onto the train tracks. What's really good with the MTA? But if you like the video, don't forget to share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and make sure you hit that notification button. But I'm off this.
Wasting your time, drinking that wine, smoking that smoke, doing that